save the man she truly loved, the princess locked me in our room and cut out my heart's blood. The last time she drew blood from me, I finally reached the end of my strength and died. But without a shred of pity, she drove the knife into my chest again. Alec, just bear it a little longer. Stephen's illness came on so suddenly. I need you to give one more bit of your heart's blood. She thought I would struggle in pain. Instead, I lay motionless on the bed and let her take what she wanted. She finally froze, then softened her voice and said, I'm glad you've come to your senses. I'll make it up to you some other day. But she didn't know there would be no other day, because I was already dead. What lay before her now was nothing more than a ghost, without pain or feeling. In 7 more days, I would disappear completely. I opened my eyes to a flash of cold light. Someone roughly pulled open my collar. Alec, just bear it a little longer. Stephen's illness came on so suddenly. I need you to give one more bit of your heart's blood. The icy blade sank into my chest, but I felt nothing. I had already died. Princess Jasmine Talbot twisted the knife inside my chest. Instead of writhing and begging through tears like before, I turned my head slightly, staring at her, expressionless. Jasmine's hand paused. Almost reluctant, she covered my eyes so she wouldn't have to lock eyes with me. Just then, a guard's anxious voice came from the doorway. Princess Jasmine, Master Stephen can't wait much longer. You need to hurry. It was Stephen Tucker's personal guard. Every time Stephen fell ill, this man urged Jasmine to carve out my heart's blood. Jasmine hesitated no longer. Her hands worked quickly, drawing the last of it. Alec, just behave and let me take your heart's blood. You should feel blessed that you're able to save Stephen. Once he has recovered, I will compensate you. Beneath her palm, I closed my eyes, holding back bitter tears. Another day? She didn't know my life had ended today. When I lay still, Jasmine put away the blood, tucked the blanket around me, and left without looking back. I watched her hazy figure retreat, letting out a soft laugh. Then my lips froze. My tears finally broke through. A month ago, her cousin Stephen had returned to the capital after his wife's death. Because his old heart condition flared up, he needed compatible heart's blood for his medicine. Using her authority, Jasmine tested every blood source in the city. Only I matched. We had been married for 5 years. At first, she only agreed because of my father's dying wish, but later, we grew close. She would care for me day and night when I had a cold. I personally saw to her meals, never letting anyone else do it. I never thought that for Stephen's sake, she would personally carve out my heart's blood. Time and again, I begged. Time and again, she took it by force. Until today, when my life force failed, I withered and died, but she was like ice. She didn't even notice I had stopped breathing. All she cared about was taking my blood to Stephen. Because my resentment was too great, I could not enter reincarnation. The King of Hell gave me 7 days to return to the living world and settle my grudges. But when I opened my eyes again, Jasmine still tried to carve out my blood. I was already a ghost without feeling, yet my chest ached as if wind were blowing through a hole in it. Cold tears spilled from my eyes. I pressed my hand to my chest, thinking bitterly that in 7 days, I would disappear completely. The next day, I went out to order a coffin for myself. The coffin shop owner was surprised. Young man, you're still so young. Why are you preparing a coffin for yourself? I smiled bitterly, shaking my head. He gave me a sympathetic look and let out a small sigh. He must have thought I had some incurable disease, but I didn't bother to explain. There was no escaping death. After taking care of that business, I slowly wandered the streets,